Well, well, it's not afternoon yet, is it? Good morning, as it's 10:45 here in a cool but sunny North Carolina this morning. I am back in North Carolina after spending the weekend and a couple days in Lynchburg, Virginia, with some early Christmas festivities with friends and family. And I'm glad to be back home, and we're going to be revisiting and rejoining the Dumpster Fire Invitational, the baseball tournament that I started several weeks ago with the bottom 16 teams from the 1979 Major League Baseball season. We are down to the final four. There's one game already been played in both sides of the bracket, as we're going to just take a quick look at what we have here in the bracket. Let me jump into that real quick. As you can see, the crazy thing about this tournament is the number 6 seeded Minnesota Twins are the best seed moving forward to the Final Four. The other teams the Twins are matched up against the 14th seeded New York Mets. And then the bottom bracket, you see this 12th seeded Mariners facing the 10th seeded Giants. So this has been a fascinating tournament in that the teams with the worst records almost have moved forward in this tournament, while those with the better records have went home. So today, this morning, we're going to be jumping into the matchup between the 14th seeded New York Mets and the 6th seeded Minnesota Twins. That matchup is currently, the Twins are leading that matchup 1-0 in a best of 7 series. And we'll be jumping into that game momentarily. The other game is going to be the Mariners at San Francisco, and we'll play that probably tomorrow or maybe later this afternoon. We will see. Let's go ahead and jump in to the game screen. Go ahead and load. Let's go ahead and move my face off there. We don't need to be looking at my ugly mug. As we'll go ahead and load our teams for today's game.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'd like you to rise and please sing. As John Kiley plays our national.
Stop that for a second. As we can see, our matchup on the mound today is pitching for the Mets will be Pete Falcone. He started 2 games in this tournament with 14 innings pitched, and has pitched very well. He's got a .64 ERA with a 1-0 record. Dave Goltz is pitched. He's had 2 complete games as well, with 1 win and 1 loss, with a 6.39 ERA in 12 innings pitched. That will be our matchup. Our starting lineups for the visiting New York Mets. Starting off in center field, switch hitting Lee Mazzilli. Batting second, and at shortstop, Tim Foley. Batting third in left field, Steve Henderson. Your cleanup hitter and first baseman, Willie Montanez. Batting in the 5th spot and catching, John Stearns. Batting in the 6th spot and your third baseman, Richie Hebner. Joel Youngblood will be batting in the 7th spot in right field. Doug Flynn is your second baseman, batting 8th. And again, I have played this tournament with no designated hitter, so batting in the 9th spot will be your pitcher, Pete Falcone. For the home standing Minnesota Twins, who are 7-1 in this tournament. Leading off, playing right field, Hoskin Powell. In the second spot, at short, Roy Smalley. In the third spot, in left field, Ken Landreau. At first base and batting in the cleanup spot, Ron Jackson. And in the fifth spot, Butch Weidiger, your catcher. Batting in the sixth spot, second baseman, Rob Wilfone. In center field and batting in the seventh spot, Willie Norwood. Batting in the eighth spot, third baseman, John Castino. And pitching for the Minnesota Twins and batting in the ninth spot, Dave Goltz. And that's our lineups. Let's get into the game. For this game, I will be rolling my own dice, so let me go ahead and pull that up. And let's place it in a good spot. There we go. And away we go. To the plate for the Mets, Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli for this tournament has batted .263 with 3 RBIs. Goltz for the tournament, again, is at a 6.39 ERA. So not having a great tournament. Here's our first roll of the die. 6-1-4. Mazzilli lines a deep fly to left field, played easily by Landreau for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
To the plate, Tim Foley, batting .243 for this tournament, .288 during the regular season. He has driven in 3 runs. Here's the pitch to Foley. Single to right field. It drops in front of Powell in right field. So with 1 out, Foley is on first with a single into right field to Powell.
1 out, man on first.
Foley takes a short lead as Steve Henderson steps to the plate. Henderson swinging the bat well for this tournament, batting .344 with 4 RBIs. In the power column, Steve Henderson steps up. He has hit it well. And there's a 1 in 6 chance that this one is out of here. It's a single to right field. It'll move Foley over to second. So with 1 out, runners on first and second.
1 out, men on first and second.
As Willie Montanez steps to the plate. Montanez batting .286, but with 8 RBIs in this tournament with 2 home runs. Runners on first and second. Montanez steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Montanez. And he walks Montanez. So Goltz is getting into a tight spot here as the bases are loaded, full of Mets here in the top of the first.
1 out, bases loaded.
As John Stern steps to the plate, batting .212 with 4 RBIs. Goltz steps in. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch from Goltz to Stearns. Ground ball to third base. Castino up with it to end the inning on a double play, a rally-killing, soul-sucking double play to end the inning. So 2 hits, 3 left on. We go to the bottom of the first as Hoskin Powell steps in for the Twins. Pete Falcone toes the rubber. Here's the pitch to Powell. Short fly to left field. Henderson settles underneath it for out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
And that'll bring Roy Smalley to the plate, batting .300 for this tournament with 5 RBIs. A good eye. He's walked 6 times during this tournament. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out as Smalley takes the walk of shame back to the dugout.
2 outs, base is empty.
That'll bring Ken Landreau to the plate, batting .333 with 10 RBIs during this tournament. He does not have anybody on base this time up, though. As the pitch is delivered from Falcone. It's a line drive single into left. There will be an error check on Henderson. And it will be an error as it's higher than his 54. That 63 roll was a error-causing machine as Henderson boots it, allowing Landreau to get to second.
2 outs, man on second.
So with 2 outs, we have a man in scoring position in Landreau on second as Ron Jackson steps to the plate, batting .333 with 9 RBIs and 1 home run as Pete Falcone is looking to close this inning out. Another power column pitch. But it's a short fly ball to center field. Lee Mazzilli settles in under it.
1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on.
1 left on base with 1 hit and 1 error as we go to the top of the second. And Richie Hebner stepping to the plate. Hebner batting .333 for the tournament, but has yet to drive in a run. Hebner steps in as Galtz delivers the pitch. And he strikes him out as Hebner goes back to the dugout.
1 out, base is empty.
I'll bring Joel Youngblood to the plate, batting .258 with two RBIs in this tournament. Galtz seems to be getting into a rhythm now. Here's the pitch from Galtz. Here's the pitch. And he walks Youngblood. Youngblood gets the free pass to first base
1 out, man on first.
as Doug Flynn steps in, batting .276 with 5 RBIs and a home run during this tournament. As Galtz eyes Youngblood on first. Here's the pitch. Oops, that's not right. Here's the pitch from Galtz. Pop up to third base. That'll hold Youngblood on first. 2 outs. Youngblood held on first
2 outs, man on first.
as Falcone steps to the plate. Falcone, during the season, batted .173, so he can swing the bat. But during this tournament, he is hitless. So here's the pitch to Falcone. From Galtz. And he strikes him out as Falcone prepares to pitch the next inning.
1 left on.
One left on
Bottom of the second.
as we go to the bottom of the second. Butch Weiniger stepping to the plate for the Twins, batting .214 with 4 RBIs during this tournament. Here's the pitch from Falcone. As he hangs it up, but he gave him a meatball to hit, but he just hits a short fly into right field, played easily by Youngblood for out number 1. As Bob Wilfong comes to the plate, he is scorching hot as a hitter during this tournament. He's batting .593 with 4 RBIs. He's 16 for 27, so he's swinging the bat well. Can Falcone cool him down? Here's the pitch to Wilfong. And he doubles into the corner as his hot hitting continues, as he takes the curveball and laces it in to the corner for a 1-out double.
1 out, men on second.
As Norwood steps to the plate, he hit a walk-off home run during this tournament, so he was a hero. Can he continue that now as he's batting .353 with 3 RBIs? As the pitch is delivered, and he walks Norwood. So with 1 out, we have runners on first and second.
1 out, men on first and second.
As John Castino steps to the plate, batting .364 with 3 RBIs during this tournament. Here's the pitch to Castino. It's a rare play check. Roll for the rare play. I got a green die for that. And it will be a rare play. Do I want to call for the sacrifice bunt? Yes, I will. And let's roll for it. And it was a fielder's choice that moved Norwood over to second, but Wilfong out at third base, so the sacrifice was not good by Castino as he laid it down to the pitcher, who tossed it over to third to get the lead runner. So poor execution by Castino on that bunt.
Men on first and second.
As Goltz comes to the plate, not used to swinging the bat, so this should be an adventure for Dave Goltz. But he is in the power column as Falcone gives him one to hit, but the pitcher Goltz can do nothing with it as he hits a short fly into left field that Henderson plays easily.
Top of the third.
As we go to the top of the third, scoreless. Top of the lineup back up as Mazzilli steps to the plate. Mazzilli flew out to left field his last time up. Goltz toes the rubber. It's a 2-1-2. Ground out to short. Smalley up with it over to first for the 6-3 put out, and out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
As Tim Foley steps to plate, he singled his last time up. Here is the pitch from Goltz. It's a ground ball to third. Castino up with it. Over to first to Jackson for the 5-3 put out, and out number 2.
2 outs, base is
as Henderson steps to the plate. Henderson singled his last time up. Here is the pitch. Pitch to Henderson. It's a ground ball to short. Smalley up with it for the 6-3 put out. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the bottom of the third, Hoskin Powell steps back up. He flew out to left field his first time up. Here's the pitch from Falcone. It's hit sharply to second. Flynn up with it over to Montanez for the 4-3 put out. And out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
That'll bring Roy Smalley to the plate. Smalley stepping to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Falcone toeing the rubber. Delivers the pitch. It's hit sharply to Foley at second. Up with it over to first for the 6-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, base is empty.
No one on base as Ken Landros steps to the plate. Landros singled his last time up. And the pitch to Landro. It's a deep fly into right field. Youngblood back to the warning track, but settles underneath it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the top of the 4th, still scoreless here in Minnesota, Metropolitan Stadium. Willie Montanez steps to the plate. Montanez walked his first time up. Dave Goltz toeing the rubber. Here's the pitch from Goltz. Ground ball to second. Wilfong up with it over to first. 1 up, 1 down with the 4-3 put out.
1 out, base is empty.
That'll bring John Stearns to the plate. He grounded into a double play his first time up. Here's the pitch from Goltz. It's a fly out to center field as he hits it into deep center field, but Norwood underneath it easily for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
As Richie Hebner steps to the plate. Hebner struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Hebner. It's a single to right field as it drops in front of Hoskin Powell in right field. As with 2 outs, we have a runner now on first and Richie Hebner. That'll bring Joel Youngblood to the plate, who walked his first time up. Here's the pitch from Goltz to Youngblood. And the pitch is delivered. It's a ground ball to first. Jackson up with it. Tosses it to Goltz covering first.
1 left on.
So with 1 hit, 1 left on, we go to the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring Ron Jackson to the plate. Flew out to center field his first time up. Falcone toeing the rubber. Here is the pitch. And we got ones all the way across. That'll be a line drive single to Henderson in left field. Possible error on Henderson. He does field the ball, holding Jackson on first. No error. As Jackson takes a short lead, Butch Weiniger steps in. He flew out to right field his first time up. Infield playing double play depth as Falcone toes the rubber. Here's the pitch to Weiniger. All right. 1 in 6 chance that this could be a home run. Here's the swing as Falcone hung a curveball up to Weiniger. He singles it to right field, moving Jackson over to second. So with no outs, we have runners on first and second. And Bob Wilfong, the scorching hot Wilfong, batting .607, steps to the plate. Falcone needs to cool him down, throw a little bit of ice water on Wilfong. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch to Wilfong. It's a ground out to the catcher as he hits a little roller in front of the catcher, but it does move the runners over, so almost like a sacrifice bunt from Wilfong moves Weiniger to second and Jackson to third. So with 1 out, we have runners on second and third. With Willie Norwood stepping to the plate. Norwood drew a walk his first time up. Falcone looks to deliver. And this does not look good. As he hung one up to Norwood, but he struck him out as he caught him with an off-speed pitch that Norwood was swinging well in front of. Got him guessing. So 2 outs. Runners on second and third as Castino steps to the plate. Here's the pitch. Castino takes a cut at it, but he flies it into center field, leaving 2 runners stranded on second and third. So we go to the 5th. With our game still scoreless, both pitchers pitching well as Doug Flynn steps to the plate. He popped up to third his last time up. Here's the pitch. To Flynn. Pop up to third again as he can't get the pitching of Goltz down, as he's not doing well. As Falcone steps to the plate, he struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Falcone, and he struck him out. As Falcone goes back to the dugout. That's Golt's third strikeout of the game as Lee Mazzilli steps back up. Lee Mazzilli's hitless so far, 0 for 2, grounded out to short his last time up. Here's the pitch from Goltz. Mazzilli takes a swing, hits it to second. Wilfong up with it over to first for the 4-3 putout, and out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Goltz steps to the plate. He will continue pitching. He's pitching well. Possibly get 2 more innings out of him. So here's the pitch from Falcone to Goltz. And he does get wood on it, but he grounds it out to Falcone over to first for out number 1. As Hoskin Powell steps back up. Powell 0 for 2 for the day. Grounded out to second his last time up. As Falcone looks to bear down on Powell. Here's the pitch to Powell. It's a fly ball to center field. Mazzilli settles underneath it easily for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
As Roy Smalley steps to the plate. Smalley hitless on the day, grounded out to short his last time up. and also has a strikeout on the day. Here's the pitch. To Smalley from Falcone. And he strikes him out as he goes down swinging. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the 6th. Dave Goltz with Foley stepping to the plate. Foley one for 2 for the day. Grounded out to third his last time up. Here's the pitch to Foley. 1-2-3. And he strikes him out as Foley takes the walk of shame back to the dugout.
1 out, bases empty.
Steve Henderson steps in. Henderson 1 for 2 for the day with a single and grounding out to short his last time up. Here's the pitch from Goltz. It's in the power column. What can he do with it? It's a deep fly ball to left field as Landreau is stepping on the warning track, but easily underneath it for out number 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Which will bring Willie Montanez to the plate. Montanez is hitless for today, but he did walk his first time up. So here's the pitch to Montanez. Three, 2, 4. It's a short fly ball to center field as Norwood has to take about a dozen steps in, but settles underneath it for out number 3. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, this game is still scoreless as Falcone now faces Landreau, who's 1 for 2 for the day with a single and flying out to right field his last time up. Here's the pitch to Landreau. Landreau lifts it into right field. It's a looping drive to right field. Can Youngblood get to it? He cannot. It's a single to right field that drops in front of Youngblood for a leadoff single by Landreau as Ron Jackson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 for today with a single as Landreau takes a slight lead. Here's a pitch from Falcone. It's a single to left field, drops in front of Henderson, moves Landreau over to second. So with no outs, we have 2 singles to start the inning.
No outs, men on first and second.
As Jackson steps to the plate, Falcone steps off the mound, takes a deep breath, settles himself down as Butch Weiniger steps in. Weiniger's 1 for 2 with a single his last plate appearance as Falcone looks to deliver the pitch. Here's the pitch. It's a ground out to the pitcher. Over to first base, but that will move Jackson and Landreau up 90 feet. As we now have Landreau 90 feet from our first score. With 1 out, runners on second and third, Wilfong steps up. Here's the pitch to Wilfong. Can he continue his hot hitting? This time he does not. He flies out to left field, but he does sacrifice the run across. Sacrifice fly ball will score Landreau, and we have our first score of the game. Twins up now, 1-0 on the Mets. With a runner on second and Jackson, Willie Norwood steps to the plate. Again, he's hitless with a walk and a strikeout. Here's a pitch to Norwood. What will Norwood do with it? Here's the pitch. It's hit to Montanez at first. Montanez up with it. Tosses it to Falcone covering first for the 3rd out. But we did have a run come across in the bottom of the sixth, with the Twins now leading 1-0. Goltz again on the mound, pitching well. He's got a 3-hitter going so far, and I've probably just jinxed the man. So here's the pitch to Stearns. Stearns takes a cut at it. He hits it into center field. It's a line drive towards the gap. Can Norwood get to it? Looks like he won't. As it's a double to center field as it gets behind him to the wall. And because of Stearns' speed, it is a triple as it gets into the corner. Takes an odd bounce. And Stearns is on third with a leadoff triple to bring Richie Hebner to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And I think I'll let Hebner swing away. I was thinking about a squeeze play, but let's let Hebner swing away. Goltz delivers. Fly out to center field, but that will score Stearns. And we are now tied up with 1 out. Our game is now knotted up 1-1.
1 out, base is empty.
With the sacrifice fly from Hebner, scoring Stearns. As Joel Youngblood steps in. Here's the pitch from Dave Goltz. He delivers. Rare play check. It looks like it's going to be another rare play. What will it be? Looping drive to center field. But Norwood makes a fine running catch to retire Youngblood. 2 outs.
Base is empty.
As Doug Flynn steps to the plate. Here's the pitch. Goltz to Flynn. Ground ball to short. Smalley up with it for the 6-3 put out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. But we go to the bottom of the 7th with our score now tied 1-1. And as Take Me Out to the Ball Game plays, John Castino steps in. Falcone looking to close out the 7th. Because he is the next one up in the 8th. Don't look like this will be his last inning to pitch. And here is the pitch. It's a line out to third base as Hebner stabs it out of the air for out number 1. That'll bring Goltz up. And I'm going to pinch hit Goltz. He is done for the day. And we will bring in Rick Solfield, the lefty, will pinch hit. As that will end the day for Goltz. Falcone steps in. Solfield with the swing of the bat. But he strikes him out. Solfield comes in and doesn't get it done. Takes the walk of shame back to the dugout. As Hoskin Powell steps back in. Powell hitless so far on the day. 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Powell from Falcone. Hits it sharply to Montanez at first. He steps on the bag for a 3 unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the 8th. And I'm looking for a new pitcher. We will bring in Mike Marshall. But I'm also going to pinch hit for Falcone. And we'll bring Trevino in. Alex Trevino. Now we got everyone set up. Here comes a pitch from Marshall, who's 1-0 with 2 saves during this tournament, with a 3 even ERA. Trevino steps in with only 1 at bat during this tournament. Pitch to Trevino. It's a single into left field as it drops into Landreau, in front of Landreau. So Trevino does his job as he comes in with a leadoff single. And Lee Mazzelli is stepping to the plate. We're going to try to manufacture some runs. We're going to do a hit and run here just to see what happens. Might be a mistake. Here we go. Here's the pitch. 4-5-5. And he strikes him out. All right. Is Weiniger going to get gunned down because my hitter could not make contact? Mazzilli, did he leave Weiniger? Did he hang him out to dry? And he did. It's a double play. They caught him stealing. Oh, that hit and run did not work out well. Poor coaching decision on my part. As Tim Foley now steps in. Mike Marshall with the delivery. It's in the power column. It's a deep fly into left field. Landreau back to the warning track, but makes the play easily. So the gamble on the hit and run did not pay off as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And now we need a pitcher for the Mets. Smalley steps in. Here's the pitch. This could be trouble. Power column to Smalley, but it's another deep fly ball to Henderson into left field for out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
1 out, no one on. Score still tied 1-1. Landreau steps to the plate. Here's a pitch to Landreau. It's a ground ball to third. Hebner up with it. 5-3 put out as he tosses it over to Montanez for out number 2. That'll bring Ron Jackson to the plate, who's 2 for 3 for today with 2 singles. Neil Allen, 2-0 on the season with a 0 ERA with a 1.29 whip. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Jackson stepping in, and he takes the walk because he's got a good eye that allows him to get the free pass to first. 2 outs, man on first. Weiniger steps in, 1 for 3 for today. As Ron Jackson takes a short lead off first. Neil Allen with the pitch. Here's the pitch to Weiniger. And he strikes him out to end the inning.
No runs, no hits.
As we go to the ninth.
Left on.
Still tied 1-1.
Top of the ninth.
And Henderson stepping to the plate. Mike Marshall toeing the rubber. Here's the pitch from Marshall. Again, it's in the power column. It is a ballpark effect. He has hit it well. He's hung one up. What can Henderson do with it? He hits it well. It's a single to center field as Henderson leads off with a single.
No outs, men on first.
Marshall with a man on first. Montanez steps in. Marshall looking to end this little rally here with a leadoff single. Here's the pitch to Montanez. It's a fly out to center field. Henderson will have to stay at first. One out.
Men on first.
Still have a runner on first with Stearns coming up. Stearns tripled his last time up. Here's the pitch to Stearns from Marshall. And he strikes him out. Stearns takes the walk back to the dugout.
2 outs, men on first.
2 outs. Henderson on first. Richie Hebner stepping to the plate. Hebner hit with 1 hit so far on the day. 1 for 3 with a single. Here's the pitch to Hebner. And he struck him out as Hebner takes the walk of shame. We go to the bottom of the ninth, still tied 1-1 with 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth.
With Rob Wilfong stepping to the plate. Robbie Robb has been swinging the bat pretty well. He's just 1 hit for today, but hitting well during this tournament as Neil Allen digs the rubber. Wilfong digs in. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch from Allen to Wilfong. He strikes him out as Wilfong goes back to the dugout.
1 out, bases empty.
Are we going extra innings? It's looking like it as Norwood steps in. Are we going to have some late game heroics from Norwood again, who's had a walk-off during this tournament? Here's the pitch to Norwood. It's hit to Foley. He's up with it over to first for the 6-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down.
Bases empty.
As Castino steps in. Are we going extra innings? Here's the pitch to Castino. This is in the power column. 6-3-3 to Castino. He pops it up to third base. He had the offering, but he got underneath it. 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the 10th. Extra innings here at Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota. As Mike Marshall still has a little left in him as Joel Youngblood steps to the plate. Youngblood hitless on the day with a walk. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. He's grounded it to third. Messino up with it with a 5-3 putout for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
We'll try to get through this inning with Marshall as Doug Flynn steps in. Here's the pitch. Hit to Smalley at short. Over to first for the 6-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
As Neil Allen steps in, Neil Allen's day will be done, as we're going to bring in someone to hit against Marshall. Bring Ed Cranepool in. I just like Cranepool. As he comes in to face off against Marshall. He's 1 for 3 during his time in this tournament with 2 RBIs. So here's the pitch to Cranepool from Marshall. Cranepool looks to get something going. He's hit it to second. At first, excuse me. He's grounded out to first as Jackson is up with it, steps on the bag for the 3 unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. And we'll go to the bottom of the 10th. And I need a pitcher. Bring in Lockwood to pitch. Skip Lockwood in to pitch. He has pitched in this tournament. He does have a save with 6 innings pitched, allowing no runs across with a 1 even whip. So here is, oh no, we got to get Marshall out of there too. Can't have him hitting. And we'll bring in Glenn Adams to pitch hit for Marshall. Adams is 2 for 14 with an RBI during this tournament. Let's see if he can do a little bit better. Here's the pitch. 2-1-1. It's a ground out to short. Hit to Foley. 6-3 put out for out number 1. Hoskin Powell back up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Powell. He's got to be due. He's hitless so far in the game. Here's the pitch from Lockwood. Powell swings away. But he swings and misses. He strikes him out for out number 2 here at the bottom of the 10th. Roy Smalley stepping to the plate. What can he do with the good pitching from Lockwood? Smalley digs in. And this is in the power column. But what will he do with it? Is he hung one up with him? It will be a roll of 1 die, and the chances this one could get out of here as he swung and he's hit it hard and he has hit it well, but not well enough as it bangs off the wall in center field for a 2-out single by Smalley as he couldn't get it over the center field fence.
2 outs, man on first.
But that one was taken for a ride as Lockwood breathes a big sigh of relief as Ken Landrew steps to the plate. Landrew's 2 for 4 on the day as Smalley is on first. Here's the pitch to Landrew. Can he do anything with it? It's a ground out to short. Foley up with it over to first. The 6-3 put out.
1 hit and 1 left on.
So no runs, 1 hit, and Smalley left on first. We go to the 11th. And I need a pitcher for the Twins. Start getting into these dugouts and things don't look good. Mike Bazik coming to the plate for the Mets, Lee Mazzilli. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. Mazzilli swings away, but he pops it up to second base. As Wilfong underneath it easily for out number 1. That'll bring Foley back up Foley is 1 for 3 for the day. Foley looking to get something going here for the Mets here in the top of the 11th. Here's the pitch from Basic. Grounds it back to Basic on the mound as he flips it over to first for the 1-3 put out for out number 2. That will bring Steve Henderson to the plate. Henderson's 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. Basic toes the rubber as Henderson digs in. Here's the pitch to Henderson. As he delivers the pitch, he walks him as Henderson, with the good eye, takes the free pass to first base.
2 outs, men on first.
So with 2 outs, Montanez steps to the plate. Montanez is hitless so far with a walk. As Basic digs in, Henderson with the short lead. Here's the pitch to Montanez. Montanez takes his cut at it. It's a rare play check. It's a dribbler to the mound. The pitcher tries to retire their batter. Can Montanez get there with his speed? It's a 50-50 chance. And he is safe as he beats out the slow roller to the pitcher. His speed gets him to first. So with 2 outs, we have runners on first and second now for the Mets.
2 outs, men on first and second.
As John Stearns steps back up, can he continue this rally or can Basic shut it down? Here's the pitch from Basic. It's a ground ball to second. Wilfong up with it, over to first for the 4-3 put out.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
No runs come across on 1 hit and 2 left on as we go to the bottom of the 11th. And Lockwood still on the mound, still pitching well as Ron Jackson steps in. Jackson 2 for 4 today with 2 singles and a walk. So he's been on base 3 times. Can he continue that streak? Here it's in the power column, 6-2-4. He singles into center field as it drops in front of Mazzilli for a leadoff single.
No outs, men on first.
As Butch Weiniger steps back to the plate. See if we can sacrifice him over to try to get a run across. Weiniger will look to bunt. We'll roll the 1 die. So 2.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
He's going to lay down a bunt. And okay, possible error as Stearns up from the catcher position is having trouble with the ball. He's fumbling the ball. It is an error as we now have runners on first and second with no outs. Give the error to the catcher.
No outs, men on first and second.
And now we have runners on first and second. Lockwood giving the mean mug to his catcher as Rob Wilfong steps back up. Here's the pitch to Wilfong. Is there a double play depth? It's hit to Hebner at third. He forces the out at second. Possible double play. We'll have to check the pivot from Flynn. And the batter is doubled up at first. So we got 2 outs now, but we do have a runner on third. So they turn the double play as Lockwood takes a breath of relief as Willie Norwood steps up. Trying to get Lockwood out of this inning as Norwood digs in. Here's the pitch. And it's delivered. It's a dribbler to the catcher. Over to first.
One hit, one error, and one left
As he
off.
tosses it to Montanez. As they keep the run from going across. As we go now to the 12th. Basic still in as Richie Hebner steps up. Here's the pitch. To Hebner. Hit to Smalley at short. Over to first for the 6-3 putout for out number 1.
Base is empty.
As Joel Youngblood now steps in. And here's the pitch from Basic. It is in the power column. He's left one up. But he pops it up to second as he can do nothing with it. As Youngblood goes back to the dugout, shaking his head, thinking, I missed that opportunity.
Base is empty.
As now Flynn steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Flynn. It's hit sharply, but it's hit not deep enough as Norwood settles underneath it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the bottom of the 12th in this tightly contested game. As Lockwood is now on his B column, he will be coming out. As Ed Glenn steps in. He has not had a good outing. Let's see if that continues. He's got a 27 ERA right now in this tournament. As Glenn did much better during the season. He had a 3 ERA with 7 saves. Here's the pitch to Castino. To Castino, the pitch. And he walks him. Yeah, that walk column for Glenn does not look good. He gets a little bit wild as Castino steps his on with a walk.
No outs, men on first.
That brings Basic up, who will be done. As Danny Goodwin will step in. Got a runner on first in Castino as Goodwin looks to take his cut. Here's the pitch. Rare play check. It is a 1. Metropolitan Stadium check of 1. So he fouls it out to first base for out number 1.
Men on first.
As Hoskin Powell steps back up. Here's the pitch to Powell. From Glenn to Powell. Another rare play check. Could it be? It's another 1. Again, it's been fouled up. This time, fouled out of play.
1 out, men on first.
So Powell takes another cut at it as he fouled the first one out of play. Glenn delivers and strikes him out as Powell goes back to the dugout with a walk of shame.
Men on first.
Now Roy Smalley steps back up. He singled his last time up. Here's the pitch to Smalley. 5-1-2. And he walks Smalley. So with 2 outs, we have runners on first and second.
2 outs, men on first and second.
And Ken Landreau stepping to the plate. Glenn toes the rubber. Bears down on Landreau. Here's the pitch. Hit to Montanez at first. Steps on the bag unassisted.
No hits and 2 left on.
So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on.
Top of the 13th.
And we go to the 13th. And I need a new pitcher. And we'll bring in Brett. Ken Brett comes in. And I'm going to sit Glenn as Elliot Maddox steps to the plate. Fresh blood in for both teams as here's the pitch is delivered. To Maddox. A single to left field as Maddox leads off with a single.
No outs.
Getting the job done as he steps in. Lee Mazzilli to the plate. Maddox on first. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli as Ken Brett looks to pitch himself out of the early trouble as he delivers to Mazzilli. Hit to third. Over to second to first. Double play for the
Their third double play of the game.
5-4-3 double play.
2 outs.
So 2 outs now. Base is empty as Tim Foley steps to the plate as Ken Brett's grinning after that double play. Here's the pitch. So pop up to first base to end the inning.
No runs, 1 hit, and none left on.
1 run, no one left on. 1 hit, no runs, no one left on.
Bottom of the 13th.
As we go to the bottom of the 13th now. And I need another pitcher. Bring in Reardon. Jeff Reardon will step in. He's pitched 2 innings during this tournament, allowing 1 hit. Ron Jackson steps in. Jackson swinging the bat well with 3 singles and a walk. Here's the pitch. To Jackson. Reardon delivers. And he lines it to first. Montanez stabs it out of the air for out number 1. That'll bring Butch Weiniger back to the plate. Here's a pitch to Weiniger. 5-1-3. And he walks Weiniger. Weiniger gets the free pass, so he's on first with 1 out.
1 out, men on first.
Winning run on first. As Bob Wilfong steps back up. Weiniger on first. Infield double play depth. Here's the pitch from Reardon. Here's the pitch. It's an infield single as he beat out the throw to first. Wilfong and Weiniger now on first and second with 1 out.
First and second.
And now a base action check against Reardon. All right. Check Stearns for a pass ball. And he blocks the pitch. No one advances. Great play by Stearns behind the plate to keep that ball from getting to the backstop and moving the runners up 90 feet as Willie Norwood steps in Reardon with the pitch. There's the pitch. It's hit solidly, flied out to center field to Mazzilli. And Weiniger cannot advance. Hit a little too sharply for Weiniger to advance. So 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Castino comes to the plate. Here's the pitch to Castino. It's a line out to third, and we're going to the 14th.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
This is my second game in this tournament going into deep into extra innings. I went 15 already in this tournament. Now we're into the 14th with this one. It's Ken Brett staring at Steve Henderson. Here's the pitch to Henderson. And it's delivered. And he fouls it out to second base as Wilfong ranges over to the first base line and makes the grab.
1 out, base is empty.
That'll bring Willie Montanez back to the plate, who singled his last time up. His first hit of the day. Here's a pitch from Brett. Montanez swings, grounds it to short, over to first for the 6-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, base is empty.
With Stearns stepping back to the plate. Here's the pitch to Stearns as Brett delivers. It's a ground ball to third. Castino up with it for the 5-3 putout. 3 up, 3 down.
Nothing doing this half inning.
As we go to the bottom of the 14th.
Bottom of the 14th.
And Ken Brett stepping up to the plate. That'll be all for Brett for the day. Who to bring in? I like the plate appearances by Bombo. I like the name Bombo too. Why not bring him in? Bombo Rivera steps in as Jeff Reardon looks to sit him down. Here's a pitch from Reardon. It's a single up the middle. It drops in front of Mazzilli. Bombo leads off with a single. Now, Reardon starting to fatigue. And I'm going to bring someone in for Reardon. Man, I don't like my... Let's bring in Coble. Kevin Coble in. As Hoskin Powell steps in with a runner on first here in the bottom of the 14th. 2-5-5 as Coble delivers. It's a ground out to second, but that will move Rivera over as they cannot turn the double play.
1 out, man on second.
We have a man in scoring position to end this game as Roy Smalley steps up to the plate. Kevin Coble looks to close this down. Here's the pitch. 1-2-3. And he strikes him out. Just what Coble wanted.
2 outs.
Now he's got 2 outs. Ken Landreau stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Landreau. Coble bearing down. Oh boy, that looks interesting. It's in the power column. But it's a deep fly ball into right field as Youngblood goes back to the warning track and leaps and catches it just shy of the right field wall. As we go to the 15th. I need yet another pitcher. This is when it'll start to get interesting. Bring in Pete Redfern. Redfern steps in. He's pitched 4 1/3 in this tournament. Here's the pitch to Hebner. As the Mets lead off the 15th. Ground ball to second. Over to first for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
As Joel Youngblood steps to the plate. Here's the pitch. Pitch to Youngblood. It's going to be a line drive towards the gap. Can Powell get to it? Column 2 check. And he will double into right field as it gets behind Powell and bangs off the right field wall, allowing Youngblood to be safe at second.
1 out, man on second.
Doug Flynn stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Flynn. From Redfern. Again, a looping drive to right field. They're putting Powell to the task. Can he get to this one? And he makes the great play as he gets to the ball. He had a 1 in 6 chance, and he gets it. What a great play by Powell in right field.
Man on second.
As Youngblood is now on second. Coble just now into the game. Now I've got to pull him. And bring in Norman. Dan Norman coming in to see if he can do something in this situation. Here is the pitch. And he's probably not going to be able to do anything with it. Here's the pitch. It's a double down the left field line, and it will score Youngblood as Norman comes in and gets the job done. And we now have a lead in this game as the Mets have put a run across here in the top of the 15th.
Man on second.
Redfern shaking his head in disgust as now Mazzilli steps in with a runner on second, and the Mets leading now 2-1. And here's the pitch to Mazzilli. And he walks Mazzilli, so we now have runners on first and second.
2 outs, men on first and second.
As Tim Foley steps up, Redfern takes a step off the rubber to try to collect his thoughts. As Tim Foley steps in, here's a pitch from Redfern. And the pitch is delivered. And he walks Foley. So he's walked them full. There's Redfern. Can he pitch himself out of this mess?
2 outs, bases loaded.
We'll leave him in for one more. Here is the pitch. And it does not look good. As he's in the power column, he's lofted one up as Redfern has come in. And what has he done here? It's a single to left field, which will score 2 more runs as 2 more runs come across.
Men on first and third.
And that's going to be it for Redfern as he's come in and give up the lead. As Jeff Zahn will come in to pitch. Montanez steps to the plate. 2 outs. Runners on the corners, with the Mets now leading 4-1. 2-6-5 is the roll. It's hit to Powell again, who's getting another range check on Powell. He's been put to the task here late in this game, and he just cannot get to it. It's another single to right field, which will score Foley, and Henderson will move to third.
2 outs, men on first and third.
So we've got runners on the corner with the score now 5-1 Mets. Here is the pitch. To Stearns. He pops it up to second to end the inning, but not after 4 runs come across. So we go to the bottom of the 15th with the Mets now leading 5-1.
Bottom of the 15th.
And I will need a pitcher for the Mets. And we'll bring in Dale Murray. As Murray comes in, Jackson steps in. Dale Murray has 2 saves so far in this tournament. Here's the pitch from Murray to Jackson. 1-2-2. Jackson swings away. Ground ball to first. Montanez up with it. Tosses it over to Murray, covering first for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
1 up, 1 down as Butch Weiniger steps in. Weiniger digging in as Murray delivers. Here's the pitch. And he walks Weiniger, who gets the free pass.
1 out, man on first.
So we got a runner on first with 1 out, and Bob Wilfong stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch from Murray. As Murray gets Wood on the ball, it's a single to right field. We'll move Weiniger over to second.
1 out, men on first and second.
So the Twins have got something going here in the bottom of the 15th. 2 runners on, 1 out. Willie Norwood stepping to the plate. Here's a pitch to Norwood. It's hit sharply to center field. Mazzilli under it for out number 2. Cannot advance any runners. Hit too sharply. As that will bring John Castino back to the plate. Murray digging in. Here's the pitch to Castino. Can he do anything with it? Here is the pitch. It's hit to second, over to first. And that is our game, folks. It took 15 innings,
From all of us at Replay Games, thanks for playing.
but the Mets take the game to tie up the series 1-1 on a 15-inning great game from both these teams. Kevin Coble will get the win. Redfern will get saddled with the loss. And Falcone will be the MVP for his excellent pitching while he was in the game. So that will be it for today from PC Replay Baseball. As we see now, the series is tied 1-1 between the Mets and the Twins after a 15-inning 5-1 Mets win. Next game up will be the Mariners facing off against the Giants, with the Mariners up 1-0 in this series. I hope you enjoyed this game. I know I enjoyed it very much. I hope you'll have a great day and a great afternoon. Soli Deo Gloria. That was a long one. Those 15-inning games can stretch out